Hello, it's Kathy, and I picked a card from Magical Heart Healing Cards by, what's her name? Anna in Wonderland. That's what she calls herself, Anna in Wonderland. And I picked action steps. Living your dreams moving forward. Do not wait for your life to change in the future. Your dreams are within reach. Perhaps they will take some time to fully manifest in your physical reality, but do honor your heart's guidance by taking the first step today. Each step on this path is a gateway to the reality you intend to create. Do not hesitate for too long. Take action now, as waiting leads to stagnation. And the magic prayer is, I set upon my heart's guidance from now. I act upon my heart's guidance for now. That's good advice. Get started today. Your dreams are within reach. So I'm reading from Reverend Moon's autobiography, and he's in the Hungnam prison, a concentration camp. In winter, the snow would be deeper than a person's height. On cold winter mornings, when we were marched through the snow as deep as we were tall, my head would start feeling as though it were spinning. The frozen road was extremely slippery, and the cold wind blew so ferociously it made the hair on our heads stand up straight. We had no energy even after eating breakfast, and our knees kept collapsing beneath us. Still, we had to make our way to the job site, even if it meant dragging our exhausted legs along the way. As I made my way along this road that took us to the edge of consciousness, I kept reminding myself that I belonged to heaven. Okay. And then another part I highlighted. No matter how fierce the beating or terrible the environment, a person can endure if he carries a definite purpose in his heart. I think that's really good advice. You can get through anything if you have a strong purpose in your heart. I need to have a strong purpose in my heart to get myself to witness to my family. I just feel like I'm I don't want rejection. I just feel they're gonna all think, oh, there goes Kathy, she believes Reverend Moon is the Messiah, and they're gonna think I'm just deluded. So I don't even witness to them, but they're really good people, and they have the right to know. But I need a stronger purpose. I need something to drive me to endure any ridicule or rejection that they may give to me. Or they might just patronize me, they might just, I don't know. All right, so another thing in the Hungnam prison, he kept himself properly dressed. He said others would take off their pants and work in their underwear, but he kept himself properly dressed. So he really had respect for himself, and I guess he felt, I belong to heaven. I'm holy. I treat myself with respect. I considered my body to be precious, and I didn't want to casually expose it to others. I also used this time early in the morning to focus my spirit and pray. He said he would save half of the single cup of water that we were rationed each day, then get up early in the morning while others still slept to wipe myself off with a small piece of cloth dipped in half a cup of water. In order to endure this impossible situation, I even tried to think of these sights and sounds as some form of art. Oh, he explained that he purposely lay by the toilet, and sometimes someone would come up in the middle of the night and, with the food they were eating, they would have diarrhea and they would just splash. I think it was like a bucket. And he in order to endure such an impossible situation, being right next to the toilet, he thought of the sounds as some form of art. You know, he was desperate. I mean, you're in a concentration camp and it's just wretched. It's unbearable. It is unbearable what he went through. He went through so much. He did so much for mankind, and so many people just believed he was a cult leader, and they didn't even try to get to know him. He's telling people that he is the Messiah, and he's returning Christ. Jesus said, "I'm the Son of God." So, you know, he is proclaiming it, and the many people believed it and were also proclaiming it. And still, there are so many people who just dismiss him, and it's really sad after all he's been through to save mankind. Another quote: "It was more important for me to clothe just one more person a little more warmly and to fill his stomach with a little more food than it was for me to be concerned about my personal relationship with my mother." Oh, because his mother traveled a long distance to give him clothing and food, and he just in front of her handed it out. So I thought that was important. You know, that's your mother, and he loved his mother so much, and he couldn't think of her feelings. He had to think of the world because he's the Messiah. He can't just think of one person. Um these were people with whom I shared intense emotions in situations where our lives were on the line, and this made them closer to me than my own flesh and blood. Their being there gave my prison experience meaning. I would pray 3 times each day for the people who had helped me and for the members of my congregation in Pyongyang, calling out each one by name. When I did, I always felt that I needed to repay 1,000-fold the people who would slip me a handful of food they had hidden in their clothing. Okay, I guess I'll close for now, and thank you for listening.